today we've got Monica.
Yes.
Oh, this is going to be an interesting one, and I would say already quite a few similarities
Similarities.
with my own story. So this is going to be
Mm.
really really nice to hear how she's overcome developmental trauma, depression, mental illness
Yeah.
with breath work,
And
and
she,
teaches it now herself too.
yes, absolutely
Mm.
amazing. She
Mhm.
did the full circle of
Yeah.
the hero's
Mm.
journey, overcoming her own obstacles and then spreading it
Yeah.
around the world.
Yeah, kind of completing the loop, and it's like, okay,
Now it's
now I've done the journey. Now the next lap is to share it and to spread it out.
Mm.
So we'll shut up
yes.
and let Monica tell a story.
Mhm. So the story started like everyone's story in the childhood when
Mm.
we had a lot of things that we couldn't control outside of ourselves. And we've been I have been, but many people that I meet and I talk to is shut down because of that. And it's not sharing it with the world, not sharing it with people
Mm.
close to themselves and people around, and never actually talking about it. So that was kind of me for the most of my life. I was everything I was kind of storing in my body, not sharing,
Suppressing.
suppressing emotions, suppressing pain, and just hiding it with the smile,
Mm.
Yeah.
with the alcohol or other stuff that
Mm.
helped to numb the pain and never worked through it actually. So that was kind of suppressing for many years up till I had a huge nervous breakdown. That was kind of my awakening.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing a lot of Wim Hof practices, a lot of rebirthing practices. It was actually one or two times I've done rebirthing at that time, but that was powerful, so powerful. Everything surfaced, every trauma, every pain, everything I was not okay with, and I was still accepting. That just came to the surface. So that was like a bomb at
So,
that
so what,
time that
what
I couldn't handle that.
Yeah,
And
what was your introduction to breath work like? Was a sudden aha moments, or because you've just mentioned two modalities there as well, rebirthing and Wim Hof.
yeah,
Which one came to you first, and how did each one affect you?
I think I started Wim Hof first,
Hmm.
and I really loved the high and that I could do a lot of
Mm.
push-ups, and that was really interesting how breath affects our body and how powerful it is.
Mm.
So that was the first thing. I started Wim Hof, and then the breath teacher came around to my world, and she was doing rebirthing practices. I didn't know what I signed up for. I just went there,
Mm.
and afterwards, I began to cry like all the
Mm.
time, and a lot of stuff was coming up, and I couldn't handle that. So um, I went really deep into depression, and I was even hallucinating. I
Oh.
was really like I couldn't care for myself anymore, or for my daughter, for my family. I basically lost a job. I broke up with my at that time husband, and I ended up in mental hospital
Wow.
because I was very suicidal. I couldn't really I haven't seen anything positive in my life anymore. I was just trapped in this trauma and pain from the past, and yeah, so that
So,
was the heaviest part.
so this was after you'd started doing some breath work. All of this
Yeah,
came up. Okay.
that everything came up. Yeah,
Yeah.
at the time, and
Everything
I
that was
also
suppressed.
Mm.
yeah, and I was doing a lot of detoxification as well at that time, fruit fasting and stuff
Mm.
like that. A lot of yoga and spiritual teachings. So that everything like connected. That was everything connected because everything that I lost at the time, that was the things that really didn't serve me.
Mm.
The job that I really hated at the time. My marriage was abusive both ways, toxic, really not good for me or our daughter. So that was kind of really painful. I feel like I'm dying inside. I was like, my world is like ending. So that was really painful, and that's why I was suicidal. I was really not seeing any positive future for myself. But after some time, basically for myself, when I was focusing on myself at the hospital, I was on very heavy medications just to sleep, because I couldn't sleep at all. For it was like weeks when I couldn't sleep or eat properly, or it was really I was anorexic at the time as well, because I couldn't eat or sleep. I was like a ghost.
Yeah.
So that time, actually, I thought this is like the worst thing that is happening for me, the hospital, but that actually saved my life, because I couldn't go out and like harm myself or something. But I was in a place where I was able to come back to myself in some sense. And after I came out, I started to find new ways to heal. Started looking at breathwork that can actually calm me down and help me get through the emotions, get through the stress, starting new life and get through it with being more calm. I found a job. I came back to Norway, and yeah, I was kind of starting a new life at that time.
Wow.
Being on medications, but I was slowly going down.
And
And
doing the breath work, yeah.
and yes, and exploring the new breathworks, new kind of way to breathe. And I found a breath coaching course certification. I was scared. I never like paid for personal development or kind of like course or anything, but I felt like I wanted. Something that in my mind was like, this will help you a lot. I felt like this is the right thing. So I've done this certification, I've done the training, and my life completely changed at that time.
Wow.
Not just learning with people, that was amazing, because I felt like I'm going back to myself, to being a normal human that can do things, that can learn. But my mind was completely calm, and like I felt amazing, even though I still had the job that I didn't like and my life wasn't perfect, but I felt calm, and I started feeling really positive about myself, about the future, and yeah, that I actually can help people doing that and sharing that with others. So that was the moment that I started investing in myself, investing in courses, different teachers to help me with my brain. And sorry, I had a call. Am I still here?
Yeah. And stay going.
So yeah, that was the moment, the breath worked and everything around the breathing that I'm learning still, because I feel this is like the lifelong journey of breathing. So yeah, I have been able to help people with suicidal thoughts that I overcame, with the stress, with sleeping problems, with focus, and just believing in themselves as well. So that's one of my missions right now. As you said, this is like the circle, right? When you overcame something, you just to follow the circle, you need to share it with others.
Yeah.
So what is this breathwork modality that turned it all around for you?
The one that you invested in.
Yeah.
So I invested in breath coaching. That's basically all the science behind every kind of breathing that is safe, that it's not releasing trauma. because when you release trauma with this kind of rebirthing breath work, not everyone is able to hold that for people. So I'm teaching pranayama that is very short, sweet, and safe. That helps with falling asleep. There are like 5-minute practices.
Yeah.
Just to calm nervous system or bring some energy. So I have 3 categories of breathing: water, ice, and fire. And those are actually very old practices. We just put them to categories to know which are affecting our body in different way. So water we can use anytime during the day because it's just like water, it's always good. Ice, it's cooling down. So before sleep or after a meal to digest better. And fire is to bring energy. So I use it instead of coffee or before workout or in the morning when I wake up to bring the energy in. So that's kind of breath work that I'm teaching.
Wow.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah, I love the sound of that. And it's also
so I have in this kind of audio practices that I share with my clients, that they just put the headphones in and listen to me before bed or when they wake up. So
yeah, it's incredible.
Very easy.
Yeah.
What the breath is like as a tool.
Yeah. And the people are thinking that, oh, okay, what can you teach me, or what is all about this breath? Because we are breathing. And then you ask person how you are breathing, observe your breath. And it turn up that they are breathing up to here very shallowly and very quickly. And they are pumping their nervous system more and more and more. So the stress is going higher and higher and higher. So it's absolutely like the range of the amount and the amount of breath work that is available, and you can like 3 of yours plus there is like Wim Hof and rebirthing. We are biodynamic breath and trauma release practitioners. So we are dealing with the trauma. So it's like
but I've done a few biodynamic breathwork sessions during that time, past year especially, but I'm not doing it like every day.
No, because it's not just for every day.
I do like a kind of ritual once in a few months, just to release some stuff and then work for the rest months through it.
Exactly.
Right?
And
it's I think that the thing that you're pointing to, Monica, which is great, is what an amazing tool breath is.
It's free. Everyone has access to it.
And everyone's gonna resonate with breath work in different ways. It was I think what really sparked my curiosity was how doing Wim Hof and rebirthing became too much for your system.
At some point.
Whereas and often from looking on some groups that there are some people that get overwhelmed because it's so stimulating.
I've seen some posts about car accidents because people are not really aware that you can black out. So they even do it during driving a car. So this is really not safe. And before diving, scuba diving, it's not also safe because you can black out. So there were few people that died actually because of that. So we need to be aware of the dangers.
It's like for free diving, it's a different technique. It's not using the Wim Hof.
Of course, they don't have any equipment, so
it's an amazing thing. It's so simple, yet there's so much there.
There is like the tools that you are teaching that you can use every day, and it's so safe and it's so helpful that you can just calm yourself down before going to bed and really having a good night's sleep. We all need good night's sleep. But there are the breath works that are like a medicine. So you can use it, but like you said, from time to time only. And it's good that it's sometimes the like rebirthing or BBTRS to be done with someone,
Yeah.
so someone who
Mm.
can hold space for you when you're going into the trauma
Yeah.
or too much.
Yes,
Yeah, it's like
yes.
with our BBTRs, to really practice it, you've got to be doing it with someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a solo practice. It's
Mm.
the support is just as important as it itself. And it's, but also it's not to say that there's one breath for everyone. We're all,
No, no,
and it's finding what fits in for us. And I think one of the great things about Wim Hof, and that was my introduction to breath work, really was through Wim Hof, and I loved it. It's great, gave me great peace, but got me searching for more and looking at what's out there. And there's it's often pushed forward as, yeah, just do this and everyone will be okay. And it's like,
no,
no,
no, no.
some people are having adverse effects,
Mm.
but the good thing is keep looking in breath work
And find you
and
and find
find
the.
Yeah.
what resonates with you.
Mm.
Find the way that helps you.
But it's a beautiful
Yes.
story, Monica, that
Mm,
you shared. That it's like it shows how even sometimes too much can. That's what Mark said. Can lead you towards the something that it resonates
mm,
with you, and you can help others.
mm.
So it's like
Mm. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. And actually, Wim Hof really helped me last year when I had a leg injury and I couldn't relieve it with any other painkillers.
mm,
And I was doing a lot of Wim Hof practices during that time, and that really helped me to sleep and
mm,
just to relieve the pain. That's
yeah,
amazing practice. But I kind of I a little bit change it. I don't use it using my mouth. I don't do it using my mouth. I use a nose for that.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I kind of adapt to myself.
yeah.
It's quite interesting because we interviewed a couple of people that were really severely burnt and traumatized, like a body level,
Yeah.
and they were doing Wim Hof to the
nose,
nose.
yeah. But and also it's like how Wim was originally promoting his breath work was through the nose.
Okay.
But then not everyone could do it, so he kind of got to the point like
Oh,
just
okay.
any hole, just 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 breathe, mofo. And it's so then a lot of people,
Good to transition.
Yeah.
yeah.
Pardon.
So it doesn't seem to be overly commonly known that he started off promoting it as breathing
Nose.
in through the nose and out through the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Yet now a lot of people come to it and go straight to mouth breathing.
That it might be too much.
Yeah, and because that really, really excites the sympathetic nervous system, and it
Yes.
um,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
if someone is carrying an awful lot of trauma, and they're like, it can be too overwhelming.
Mm.
So it's yeah, there's still plenty of education is needed out there too.
Yeah.
Um,
Definitely. Yes.
mm.
Yeah.
And wow, thank you so much for having so much courage and being so open
And
and
vulnerable.
vulnerable with us.
Mm.
That's so nice and inspiring to see. Yeah, really.
Thank you. You know, I really appreciate that time, and I know that by me sharing that, I can help someone to be open and share their stories.
Yeah.
Because this is how I got the courage to share, by listening to other people. So
And we'll put some of your contact details down below. So if anyone would like to work with you, then especially say, oh yeah, I'm with you. I've tried Wim Hof and it was a bit too
Or
much.
they are looking
or,
for some
yeah,
modality,
yeah.
like more calmer that will help them to overcome,
yes,
or chat
yes,
as
Yeah.
well, and to find out.
of course.
So we will put down below the video
Yeah.
your contact details and how people can
Of
find
course.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Such a
Thank
lovely
you.
little light in our afternoon.
Yes,
Yes.
thank you.
Oh, thank you so much.